Hey guys, this is Coop from Garage Gym Reviews, and you're asking yourself, why are you in your athleisure clothes? It's because I'm not working out today. I'm showing you something a little bit different. I'm showing you a storage rack. And you're asking yourself, Coop, you already have the biggest, baddest storage racks that are out there, and you got 3 of them. No, because I found some that are both bigger and badder. This right here. This is the Fray Fitness Savage Series storage racks. I absolutely hate the name Savage, but you know, it sounds tough, but it's definitely not tough. But regardless, this is the Savage Racks from Fray Fitness. And the idea behind the Savage Racks is it's basically the biggest, most over-the-top storage racks that are out there. These are, as you can probably see, extremely similar to the Rogue Fitness Monster storage racks. In fact, I'm pretty sure they this is my guess, they would probably buy them and then kind of like base their entire configurations off them, because everything I can find about them is pretty similar. So if you come in here, this is the main structure holding up this rack are these upright posts. These upright posts, as you can see, are the same exact ones on this Rep Fitness rack right here, which are the same exact ones on this Titan upright right here, which is the same on this Rogue Monster upright right here, which is the same as pretty much every other 1-inch hole 3x3 upright with 11 gauge steel. Same with Sorinex, same with anybody else. So this is an 11 gauge 3-inch by 3-inch upright with 1-inch holes all throughout on the top, on the sides, every side. So that way you have a 4-way hole post all throughout. Okay? The benefit to that is it's completely modular. So one thing we liked about these squat racks that use 1-inch holes is they're an erector set style. So that means that you can expand them as much as you want, and having the same upright as what's on your rack allows you to use accessories and attachments that you'd use on your rack on here. In addition to that, it just makes it really sweet looking with the 1-inch hardware and extremely stable. Before, if you want to come in here, I'll show you what I had before. By the way, we've got a whole nother garage that we just lit up. Ta-da! This is being done in process right now, but this rack right here was my old rack. It used 11 gauge steel, but it's like a 1.5 by 1.5 or so upright. And then these shelves, everything about it, it's strong and stable. It's not as stable as those out there, obviously. But really the negative to it is because of these uprights not being a standard upright that's used in squat racks, there's really no attachments that you can add to it. These are gladiator racks. There's 2 of them, but when I originally got them, I used them for dumbbell racks. So if you're like, Coop, this is over the top, I just like watching cool stuff that's over the top, but I want some storage racks, get some gladiator racks. So here is the new one. Now, I'll show you the stability real quick. This thing is just completely over the top. Yeah, it's weighed down with a ton of weight, but even without the weight, the shelves and the uprights and everything, it was still incredibly stable. Like, there's definitely moving going on because it's not secured either to the ceiling or to the wall, but the side to side, there's some, and then forward and back, I mean, there's like nothing. I mean, even a, 5,000 pound sled pusher like me can't even push that. So that's saying something. So the idea is you can add as many as you want, as long as you want, as big as you want. It's up to you, okay? So it fits whatever your space is. They have both 70 inches and 43 inches. I have 70 inches. I put 2 of them together, and I'm using both dumbbell shelves, kettlebell shelves, and med ball shelves. And these shelves, they're pretty much the exact same design on both the shelves and the uprights are similar, although these aren't using keyhole pattern. The difference is, and the reason these are able to be so much cheaper is Rogue's making theirs in the US. These are imported from China. So that's kind of how it goes with all these metal products. If they're cheaper than what Rogue, Sorinex, and some of those others are making, Elite FTS, it's probably because they're being imported. So you have to decide, how that matters to you. By the way, I did want to give a quick shout out. I'm reading this book right now, The Rise and Retreat of American Manufacturing. I always like to promote reading, so I'm doing some research for a new article and video that we want to publish. This is really good so far. This rack here, what I did was I decided to instead of doing two separate, which I had before, I had one over there, one over here, I decided to put them all together. So this way, on the bottom, I have my dumbbells from 5s to 100s. These are Rep Fitness dumbbells, just a standard hex head dumbbell. The difference is these have a straight handle like a barbell. I prefer them, but the angle of the dumbbell shelf allows you to take them out easily. So, you know, it's easy to take them out and then throw them back in. So I have the heavy weights on the bottom, which makes it secure because it's so heavy. And then I have the lighter ones on top. So this thing's not going anywhere. They're tight, the bolts are tight, everything's just very secure. But it allows me to have this full dumbbell shelf, and then I have the Sorinex CMB center mass bells up top. So I have 10 pounds to 100 pound CMBs, but I'm putting them on kettlebell shelves, so even the hundreds aren't crazy hard to get off. But then on top, I then put weight plate storage, med ball storage. We've got weight plate racks here, some sandbags. I'm trying to decide, I'm gonna put some other shelves up top, but these are the biggest racks that I've seen, storage racks that I've seen. They're 91 inches, they're flat foot with rubber feet, so they just sit on the floor. You don't have to bolt them down or anything, but it allows you to add attachments to it. So like earlier I said, you can add attachments. So right now, I have this here. I'm probably gonna put it somewhere else, probably on the side, but this allows you to do dips just on your storage rack. So, I mean, you can see how stiff this is. I mean, it's just not going anywhere. So the same can be said for pretty much any like peg style attachment. So let's say I wanted to do like, I don't know, pull-ups or some sort, all sorts of things that you can do on your rack, obviously, but allows you to use the functionality of a storage rack. The idea, in my opinion, of good home gym equipment is equipment that takes up as little space as possible while providing as much utility as possible. So this storage rack takes up a lot of space, but it saves me from all the space that this stuff would take up otherwise. This is why adjustable dumbbells are so great, but I prefer a full set of dumbbells to an adjustable dumbbell, and since I can get them, I've got them. But for most home gym owners, adjustable dumbbell set's gonna be better. But for this situation, a storage rack is perfect, but having a storage rack that then has no utility outside of just holding crap lacks the versatility that I think somebody would want. So this is the ultimate in versatility. If this matches your squat rack, you can use all the functionality that's on your squat rack on here. And that's why this is so great. Just a couple other details. One, underneath, I'm trying to decide how to store these kettlebells and some of this extra stuff up front. Probably gonna put them up top, because right now, the kettlebells I use most often, which are the cast irons from Kettlebell Kings, from 9 pounds up to 206 pounds in doubles, is underneath. And those are the ones I use most often, so they don't need to rest on a shelf. I just pull them off and then put them back in when I want to use them or when I'm done with them. And then these competition bells, they're just sitting there right now, but that's more just for this video. I'm going to put them somewhere else. I haven't decided yet. Just because I don't really use those as much as I do the traditional cast iron kettlebells. So those are all sitting on the bottom. They don't need to sit on a shelf. They're easy to take off, easy to put on. They're sitting on the rubber. And then the plates and storage med balls and all this other stuff sits on top. And there's still like, it's like, man, I have so much crap on here. Probably close to 2 tons, maybe somewhere around there, 1.5 tons. A lot of weight. It's like a Ford F-150 sitting on your squat rack. It's a lot of weight. Anybody that's worried about these things breaking. So I'm just trying to decide, okay, what do I put else on there because it takes up so much space. Then the last thing I want to show you, we just did a review on this, the West Side Barbell Reverse Hyper. Pro tip for you, I really want Rogue to come out with a wall mount for this, but until then, what I decided to do was take band pegs, and I teased this on our Instagram. I took band pegs, put them on here. This way, I just put them up like this, and then I'm able to throw this on. Get it up the side, and it stores it well. So that's the Fray Fitness Savage Series racks. They don't come in colors yet. I wish they did. I like all the laser cut numbers. I like the price point for what it is. It is expensive, but it's what you'd expect with this type of steel and this type of construction, but it's way cheaper than Rogues because it's not made in the US. So the quality and welds and everything aren't going to be as good, but the value is going to be better if you're not worried about importing things. So, something to keep in mind. So, I'm a fan. I'm gonna keep these. These things are freaking sick. They're huge. They look awesome, they're menacing, and you can add as much, utility to them that you want. So, this is Coop from Garage Gym Reviews. Are these overkill? Yes, absolutely. See you next time. Peace.